Hi guys, my name is Chris and you're watching Wrestling Today, so let's start. It's that time of year again, when Pro Wrestling Illustrated compiles its annual list of the best women's wrestlers competing today, which over the years has gone from including 50 women to 100 to 150 to this year's historic 250. This year's number one spot went to WWE Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley, who enjoyed a meteoric rise after ranking 42 last year. Ripley was one of two WWE stars in the top 10, with Bianca Belair ranked number 3. AEW's Jamie Hayter and Willow Nightingale took the number 4 and number 8 spots, respectively, while reigning Ring of Honor Women's Champion Athena ranked number 6. The number 2 spot belongs to Stardom's Julia, while Tam Nakano, the woman who took Julia's World of Stardom Championship and wears it to this day, got number 5. Rounding out the group is Impact Wrestling's Deonna Purrazzo at number 7 and Jordynne Grace at number 10, and NWA's Camille at number 9. Interestingly, of the top 10, only Ripley, Julia, who now holds the NJPW Strong Women's title, Athena, and Nakano are current title holders. AEW TBS Champion Chris Statlander, Impact Knockouts World Champion Trinity, WWE Women's Champion Sky, AEW Women's World Champion Hikaru Shida, and IWGP Women's Champion Mayu Iwatani came in at 18, 23, 24, 28, and 30, respectively. Perhaps even more interesting is the fact that Saraya, who held the AEW Women's World title at the end of PWI's grading period, was all the way down at number 52 in her return to the list for the first time since 2016. What do you guys think about this list? The next story is about WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle recently addressed his love triangle storyline with Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. The Olympic gold medalist joined the Stamford-based company in 1998. About a year later, he made his main roster debut. One of Angle's first storylines in WWE saw him getting involved in a love triangle with Stephanie McMahon and her then on-screen husband, Triple H. The storyline was one of the most popular ones in 2000. During a Reddit Ask Me Anything session, Angle opened up about how his love triangle storyline with Stephanie and Triple H helped his career. Kurt said, "I love doing my stuff with Triple H and Stephanie, too, which was the beginning of my career, and it really set the tone for Kurt Angle and the direction he was going. So I have to thank those guys for that, and especially the writer Brian Gewirtz and Vince," he said. The Hall of Famer added, "That angle is what set the tone for me. If that angle did not occur, I probably would have been mid-card for another 2 years. It's amazing what storylines can do. It was a different time, but if I didn't have that angle with Stephanie and Triple H, and if we didn't succeed with that angle, I don't know if I would have had the success that I had early on." What do you think about this story? The final story is about Roman Reigns is still undisputed Universal Champion, and his reign of dominance is not ending anytime soon. LA Knight stepped up to face him as his next challenger at Crown Jewel, but it seems the company's great internal shift will not change the Tribal Chief's direction. Sean Sapp noted behind Fightful's paywall that, though Roman Reigns took some time off, things are still the same for his creative process. It was also noted that, despite WWE seeing a huge shift in power with Triple H taking over the company's creative direction, the head of the table will keep his spot. Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman are both still heavily involved in his creative direction. Reigns has been out since shortly after SummerSlam, before returning for the build to Crown Jewel. While he was out, things changed behind the scenes and Vince McMahon is no longer contributing creatively. However, we're told that Roman Reigns' creative process is largely the same. Both Reigns and Paul Heyman are said to contribute heavily, and did, regardless of the head of creative was Vince McMahon, Triple H, or a combination of the two. Additionally, it was noted that Michael Hayes is responsible for overseeing the production of the majority of Bloodline-related angles, interviews, and segments across all shows. Hayes has been a huge part of Roman Reigns' push since it started years ago. If Roman Reigns is involved, Michael Hayes is typically the producer. Furthermore, when it pertains to a story involving the Bloodline, Hayes is usually assigned to handle that as well. For instance, Hayes oversaw the production of the Sami Zayn promo and the tag team title main event on WWE Raw in the recent week. It was also noted that, if LA Knight being thrust into the spotlight with Reigns is a result of Vince being out of creative power, that was already happening before the move. That being said, nothing is likely to change with Roman Reigns. We will have to see what is next for Roman Reigns in WWE. He has a huge challenge ahead of him with LA Knight, who is going with a ton of steam right now. What's your take on Roman Reigns' push in WWE? Thanks guys for watching and please subscribe for fast wrestling news and updates.